It's like The Old Man and the Sea, but good.
Welcome to Ruby Reviews Books. Reviews from a cat who cannot read. From a cat who cannot read. Ruby Reviews Books, where Ruby, a cat who cannot read,
Welcome to Ruby Reviews Books, reviews from a cat who cannot read. She may not understand the words, but she sure likes books. Today's book is The Story of a Shipwrecked Sailor by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The writing credit of this book should also belong to Luis Alejandro Velasco Rodriguez, the titular sailor, for the book is a first-person account of his tumultuous 10 days at sea when a shipboard accident sent him and several other sailors overboard. By sheer luck, Velasco Rodriguez is able to get aboard a life raft while his fellow sailors drown before his eyes. Unable to rescue him, the waves of the sea push him further from the Caldas, and like his ill-fated shipmates, he is written off for dead. The book was first serialized in the format of interviews with the Colombian paper El Espectador, and its coverage, first endorsed by the Rojas Pinilla military dictatorship for its depiction of a heroic sailor, later turned into an embarrassment for the government as Velasco Rodriguez revealed that the ship was overweight from illicit cargo, which not only made the naval destroyer list perilously in choppy waters, but prevented the ship from maneuvering to rescue the overboard sailors. The government tried to cover up the disaster by claiming a storm was responsible, but Velasco Rodriguez's tale ended up shredding their credibility, getting El Espectador shut down and forcing Garcia Marquez into a self-imposed exile in Europe. The story itself is candid, lucid, and modest. Rather than embellish his deeds, the sailor tells the story by day, with its lost food, signaled rescuers, and merciless sun. Indeed, the capstone to this amazing story is the self-deprecating recognition that Velasco Rodriguez's heroics were merely surviving, for which he does not take any special credit. Though he does not apologize for the money he makes off his fame, he talks about the strangeness of his endorsements. For a watch company because his timepiece did not lose a second, for a shoe company because the sole was glued too well for him to chew, and how people always want to hear him talk. But in the end, he concludes his life is not particularly remarkable. He spends it going to cafes and movies, recording ads, and waking up late in the morning. The narrative is well written, strictly journalistic as opposed to Garcia Marquez's later magical realist fiction. It's tough to say where Velasco Rodriguez's voice ends and the author's technique begins, but Garcia Marquez does not intrude into the story except for an introduction before the first chapter. Rather, he lets the sailor have his own voice and tell his own story, not to sell chewing gum or prop up a military regime, but to make a living by sharing his truth. And that is something pretty remarkable. I give it 4 stars out of 5. Let's see what Ruby thinks. 1. Oh, a sniff. Okay, big sniff. 2. 3. Is that all, Ruby? Okay, well there you have it. The Story of a Shipwrecked Sailor by Gabriel Garcia. 4, 5, 6... whatever that is. A yawn? Okay. The Story of a Shipwrecked Sailor by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, rated 4 stars, 6 rubs, and a yawn. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions on what we should read next, please leave a comment.